Hey guys, sorry about that. That's the beauty of living with three children and a dog. They will knock your shit off the counter whenever they can. So, just wanted to reiterate that story with Dean Koontz. So, his father had, he had dropped the knife, and it wasn't until then that he really made that connection that this was what the be careful was for. So whether it's premonition, whether it's somebody calling to say goodbye, this is a phenomenon that's happened for quite a while. As long as we've had the ability to receive phone calls. And it's not just limited to phone calls. I mean, people have the same thing with text as well. I get texts all the time from unknown numbers or numbers that may not come up on my caller ID and my text. But one of the things we see is people who do get these phantom texts, they may come from a loved one that's passed on. Or these texts may come from nobody, but the wording that is used is something that they can associate with their loved one. I like to think that when we pass on, we may not be completely gone. And, you know, it's funny, I'll joke with my best friend that depending on who goes first, because we're going to be two old biddies living in a house by ourselves with our cats, whoever passes on first, they're required to let the other one know that they're still there, they're still watching over them. So she has to either give me a phone call or send me a sign, or I have to give her a phone call or send her a sign. And that's just something that we've come to expect when one of us leaves. So it would make sense that if there was a communication that they could give out to us, that they do send messages out. One of the other more prominent stories is there was a train accident where a man had died on impact, but a few hours later, all of his family started to receive phone calls and text messages and just different communication. This is his parents, his fiance, his friends. Well, when this happened, this was immediate. So there's no way that this guy could be making these phone calls. So they actually started looking for the phone, and nobody could find the phone. So, yeah, okay, the skeptic in me wants to say, well, somebody could have picked it up and started calling. But, you know, I like to think that this is a phenomenon that makes people feel better. It tells us that when we pass on, there is somebody out there. That we go somewhere. It's not just we're gone. With my aunt, unfortunately, when she didn't have her home phone anymore, she went strictly to cell phone. These calls stopped. And that was kind of heartbreaking for us because we felt like that was him reaching out. That was his way of communicating with us and saying, you know what, I'm still here. I'm watching over you guys. I may be gone, but I'm not permanently gone. So whether she'll start getting phone calls on her regular phone, I don't know. So those of you who are still online with us, have you experienced that? Have you actually had phantom phone calls? Has somebody called you after they've passed on? Or have you felt like maybe something was trying to reach out to you? Now on the reverse side of this, there's people that have never had anybody that has gone, but they have gotten phone calls that sounded paranormal in origin. So it looks like Brenda, I get to smell my mom's perfume, my dad's scar, and the smell of my best friend's hair. That is amazing. After my grandma passed on, I actually had something similar where I would smell her. She always wore the same Coty musk or vanilla perfume, and I could smell both of those around. So I knew she was there. Especially right after my son was born, it just like amplified. And that was, or after my daughter was born, I apologize. So that's amazing. I live to hear your guys' stories. Every time you guys send us in stuff, it's fascinating to me. We've got quite a few responses. We try to post some. We usually ask you before we do post because we want you guys to give us your permission. If you don't want to post it, you can say that. If you just want our opinion, say that too. If you guys have Phantom recordings, because there's enough out there that you can find them, or that people are experiencing this quite a bit. We'd love to hear those as well. We'd love to analyze those. It's not something that we've ever gotten in our inboxes to analyze. So if you have something that's just kind of out of the ordinary and you're willing to let us look at it, we would be grateful to you. So I'm going to wrap this up here. It's getting kind of late. My kids are getting kind of antsy. Did you guys have any more questions before we end tonight? We'll give you guys a second. Sorry. I don't know how big the delay is on Facebook Live. All right, well, we'll wrap up for tonight. Couple of other things that are happening is all of the Facebook Live videos do go onto our YouTube channel. Also, podcasts coming probably the end of this month. We want to get a little bit more content. We're going to do the show every Sunday. So either me or Trav or both of us will be on the line with you guys on Sundays. We'll usually have a topic we'll talk about. I'll try to give you guys more warning. This is kind of an impromptu thing because I'm not really good on Facebook Live. So we will let you know next week what the topic will be, and hopefully we'll get both of us on, because I kind of stumble over words a little bit, so you get to enjoy that. But you guys have a wonderful Sunday night and a great week. We'll still keep posting through the week. If you have questions, if you have comments, let us know. We're always here for you guys. Talk to you soon.